Hi guys, welcome back to Technical Gaming, and in today's video this is a showcase of my recent build for Carino Lethal Flash Whirlwind Blade build. Now if you're new to the channel, subscribe if you would like to have content of Torchlight Infinite. We're making builds for Torchlight Infinite as well as some updates and guides and other gaming content as well. Now, as you can see on my gameplay, it's really nice to have this big whirlwind blade roaming around you while you are running. I always build some chill playstyle build for Torchlight Infinite, though this one would require you to click most button here, as you can see on the skills. But then again, if you have the necessary mods or affixes on your gears, then this would be a smooth ride for you in mapping and also as well as in leveling. Now let's jump over to the gears that what I have. This is not yet optimized or not yet optimal for the build, but this build is actually, as you can see, we have high energy shield resources because of the gears that we have. Of course, for Elder Sage Chapeau, you know that this is more on energy shield, and we pack more energy shield here as the existing mod. It already gave us the necessary energy shield that we need, but I put in, so I just crafted this. We have area damage. We need to focus on area damage, energy shield, and skill radius, and as well as movement speed in order for you to move fast along with the whirlwind blade with you. Also, I put some less 8% additional damage dealt by nearby enemy, of course not for us not to die quick on mapping, and also some erosion resistance. Of course, we need to pack resistances. And Elder Sage Chapeau Regalia, I have blemish here. I will go ahead and remove that eventually, but it has a good mod of 24% damage, and also has 60 mana plus elemental rest, and as I've said, skill radius and critical strike rating. Now for the necklace, if you can get sealed mana for Frigid Domain, I think it's about more than 30 FE. But it actually go up when I recently checked, because it provides us a lot of beneficial mod such as max life, energy shield, and elemental rest, and also lucky 200% additional critical strike rating for the next main skill, because as I've said, you need also to have a critical strike rating for the gear. And then for the gloves, of course, we are lucky to got this from the Netherrealm, because it has one spell skill level, because Whirlwind Blade is also a spell skill, so it would give us another level for our main skill with also 108 max mana. Of course, energy shield, erosion resist. Intelligence is not really necessary here, but that's the one that I have so far. And then for the boots, we have, of course, the movement speed. It's really important to have this up because we aim to run fast along with your Whirlwind blade along with you, for you to clear maps fast, of course. Pale Mist, of course, it has a lot of beneficial mods with us. Of course, Elemental Rest, Max Life, and also 30% skill radius. That's why our Whirlwind blade is so huge, it can cover almost the map. And also it has 30% increase and decrease skill radius is also applied to area damage because Whirlwind blade is also an area skill. Okay. And then for the rings, I just have equipped this because it has Focus Blessing, of course, some additional damage, cold damage, critical strike rating, and also some resistances together with this one, which has critical strike rating and good mod for max life and defenses and elemental rest. As you can see, this one is really helpful. If it's really hard to find this mod for 4 active skill. I was really lucky to got this Wailing Blaster. Just focus on this one. If you can craft this, it's really helpful because it has 4 active skill level together with the physical damage and also critical strike damage. If you have, you know, some physical damage, much better, but this is the only one that I have because, as I've said, it's really hard to get this. But if you don't have that, just kindly start with this equipment. This one, Frozen River. It's really cheap actually. It's only 1 FE or 2 FEs. You can buy this and just simply go with this mods that we have here. It's really cool too to have this, but if you have this Wailing Blaster, it's much better. Okay. And we also have the resistances up, going up. We're doing good right now. And then for the, over to the skill. Now let's jump over to the skills. Of course, we have Whirlwind Blade as our main skill. This is a spell skill together with the persistent physical and area. So you can go over to these mods in order for you to scale this. So we have, of course, multiple projectiles, so we can have multiple Whirlwind Blades running around with you together with the freeze chance because it has cold damage. Because as mind you now, right now, we're going to convert all the physical damage into cold damage, and I'm gonna explain that one later. We should convert 100% of our physical damage to cold damage. That's why we have this freeze chance here, because it provides 34.5% cold damage for the supported skill and 50% chance to frostbite chance for the supported skill. Of course, we have added cold damage and physical damage because, yeah, as I've said, it's more on cold damage. And we also have slow projectile because it provides additional projectile damage and also ailment damage to the Whirlwind Blade. So for the defensive skill, basically you can add anything here. You can add blur in order for you to get fast in mapping, but you know, I'm satisfied with the current speed that I have. I just put the frost shield rather, in order for us to have at least defensive skill while we're running. It allows us to have a defensive effect of 27.5 less damage or physical damage, as well as fire damage taken. That's why I put it here with rhythm, so that you don't have to click this multiple times, because you have plenty of skills that you need to click much of the time whenever you are farming. So for our mobility skill, we have centralized loading, because we are also packing some flat damage. As you can see, it provides a lot of flat damage together with our hero trait that I'm gonna explain later. That's why we are packing flat damage to help us boost our damage to our enemy. But the downfall here is the centralized loading is it cannot jump through walls. That's why, you know, moving this is really not, and it can also move or blink in a short distance compared to other mobility skill. But since we are scaling more on physical damage and flat damage, we put it here as our mobility skill. Of course, for our burst anger, it provides us additional attacks speed and as well as movement speed. That's why we put it here. And for our curse, we have biting cold, because it debuff our enemy while we are running. We also have our auras. We have frigid domain, of course, for full cold damage together with precise projectiles. For the defensive, we have 4 start because we have a lot of energy shield. It's really important to have this in order for us not to die, of course. And for Ice Imbue, of course, for our mapping, because it can explode the enemy once it's defeated, together with Restrain and Cold Penetration. Okay, let's go over to our talent. Now let's jump over to our skill. Let's start with the Goddess of Knowledge with Chili for spell damage, because the spell damage is also for Whirlwind Blade. Spell damage also for Insight, and this is the one that I have here. And then for the second talent, we have Magister with Shell, of course, for our energy shield. And a Mind Blade for it would add actually 150% of main hand damage to spells, and also adds 20% of main hand for critical strike rating as well. This is really one of the powerful talents that we have. That's why we selected Magister over here. Now here is the talent nodes that we have. As you can see, I'm working on this, but you can left this alone for the meantime while you're leveling up other talent nodes. Just focus on the rest and just leave this or get back on this once you're done filling up the talents for even Warlord. Okay, I just get back here because I'm done putting all the necessary talent nodes. You just have to get back here for the sealed mana, because it provides a lot of ways for us to add more skills and auras on our disposal. Our last talent is Warlord, though this is not part of the spell damage talent node, but it will provide us a lot of area damage as well as a sweep. As you can see, it adds 22% chance for area skills to deal double damage. That's why we put the Warlord here. Together with the Focus Strike, of course, it deals also area damage for 40%. Okay, it has also a lot of beneficial nodes, just like this one, Max Life and Energy Shield, together with Radius and Critical Strike Rating, as well as Energy Shield, as you can see here, and Skill Radius, and then Area Damage as well. That's why we put Warlord as our last talent. So here it is. Finish this talent node, then go back to Magister and fill in the Sealed Mana talent nodes. Okay. Now let's go over to our slates. This is the one that we have. We also have one spell skill here, as well as a sealed mana. I was really lucky to have that. We also have the defenses together with energy and life regen, and we also have sealed mana for triggered skill for our auto defense so that we can add more skills there. Together with sealed mana, and of course the spell damage for every point of order, and critical strike. I was lucky to have that too. And this is actually the one that I'm telling you right now, so that you have to have this is really mandatory. Converts 50% of physical damage to cold damage, Divinity Slates. Okay, and as well I got lucky for spell damage, and I just crafted this. Intelligence is really not important, but this is one important thing that you need to have. Okay, so there. Then go over to our hero traits. This is actually really cheap, to be honest. I just bought this for 4 FEs. You need to have this kind of mod, projectile quantity for 8 seconds for each mobility skill that you use, because we're always using mobility because of our hero trait, because we're also using centralized loading for us to have a flat damage, right? And then also you have to have at least reload and movement speed, again for additional movement speed while you are leveling. And you need to have Eve of Kingslaying on the 3rd slot. This is also for us to have +4 magazine capacity for Desperate Measure on the last hero trait, because this is what we really aiming for. Okay, this provides us a lot of multipliers in terms of damage. That's why we have this Eve of Kingslaying on the 3rd slot. And we also have this, of course, reload speed and 16% movement speed. It's really helpful for you to have that. So we have mobile reload together with Dart Shard. Dark Shot, and also Deep into the Danger together with Lethal Interval and also Desperate Measure. It provides a lot of flat damage together with your ammo, so you have to have that. With the Pack Spirit, again, I balance this, so I aim for Pack Spirit that has Elemental Rest, Damage Mitigation, and Experience bonus in order for you to level up fast. Okay, this is also the same. Elemental Rest, Damage Mitigation, and Experience bonus. And I got this legendary because it provides increased double spell and spell damage and cast speed as well. So of course it is really balanced, as you can see, more on Elemental Rest, Mana Regen, and you can just simply change this to Elemental Rest if you want to, in order for you to have more Elemental Rest and just focus on other mods on your gears. Okay, so there you go. I hope you like this video. If you do, please leave a like and comment down below what your thought about this build. See you again on the next update for this build, guys. Thank you so much again for watching until the end.